Hey, Desert Explorers, now you need to take off your zoologist hat and put on your wildlife biologist hat. You know enough to determine what those animals in the desert eat. How do you know that? Because of their teeth. You saw it. Well, those who are carnivores eat what? Meat, right. And the herbivores eat plants. And what are the animals called that eat both? Oh, you got it, omnivores, fantastic. Well, now let's take a look at how we put together a food chain to make a food web. Look at this. All through here, we've got all the animals and plants that would be found in the Sonoran Desert that you've talked about today. And now we're going to take a sample to make a food chain. Let's take a tarantula. That's one we didn't talk about yet. A tarantula is a predator. It's a carnivore. A carnivore. It eats meat? Absolutely. It eats meat from insects and other spiders. That makes it a carnivore. So if it eats another animal, that means the energy from that animal flows into the tarantula. So we will have to put an arrow going to the tarantula to start our food chain. So what eats the tarantula? Well, let's look back at our food web and we see a tarantula hawk wasp. A wasp? A wasp kills a tarantula? It certainly does. Comes down and stings it and paralyzes it, puts an egg in it. That egg develops. The tarantula is eaten alive. Oh dear, what a story. But that makes the tarantula hawk wasp a predator on the tarantula. So we need to draw an arrow from the tarantula to its predator, the tarantula hawk wasp, and we've completed one food chain. Now we do that with all the animals from the desert. You're going to get a big sheet of paper, you and your teammates, and you're going to list every animal and every plant that you heard about today, and maybe some others that you know about. And then you're going to do some research. Research. Every wildlife biologist does research. They check the animals out. They find out what they eat, what eats them. In fact, on the back of our cards here, we have all that information, same thing that you're going to do with your cards. Once you have that information, you can put together a fantastic set of food chains, which becomes a food web. That may look as complicated as all of this, but you, the wildlife biologist in you, will know all about it. Go for it. You can do this. Now you know how the scientists, known as a botanist, a geologist, an archaeologist, and a wildlife biologist, goes about exploring the desert. And you now are ready to go out. Take your journal, the information you've filled in so far, go into the desert with a teammate, with your family, with your classmates, and you discover it for yourself. And once you understand it, you can tell others about it. Oh, wait, there's one last thing. Remember how much water falls in the desert, our Sonoran Desert, in a year? Only 8 to 10 inches? Did you notice the plants and animals have learned to use that water wisely? Do you use your water wisely? You and your whole family? Ah, it's important to use water wisely. Do you know that it's been measured that every Arizonan uses 120 gallons of water a day? You can do something about that. You can use less, just like the plants and the animals of the desert do. Go on to the website, Water, Use It Wisely, and find out how. The Desert Awareness Committee is waiting and counting on you to make a difference. Go for it, Desert Explorers.